Right now, somewhere on Earth, millions of people are kissing. Some are saying goodbye before work, some are on a first date, some are celebrating a wedding, and most of them probably aren't thinking about one very strange question. Where did kissing actually come from? It feels like one of the most natural things humans do. It's in movies, songs, books, and almost every culture you've ever heard of. But the truth is, scientists have spent decades trying to figure out when humans started kissing, and surprisingly, nobody completely agrees. Because unlike things such as farming, writing, or building houses, kissing doesn't leave behind physical evidence. Archaeologists can't dig up a 5,000-year-old kiss and study it. So to understand where it came from, we have to follow clues scattered across history, biology, and even the animal kingdom. And the story starts long before the first human civilization ever existed. Millions of years ago, before modern humans appeared, our primate ancestors were already doing something that looks surprisingly similar to kissing. Chimpanzees, bonobos, and several other primates touch lips, groom each other closely, and use physical affection to strengthen social bonds. Bonobos are especially famous for this. When conflicts break out within a group, they often use physical affection to reduce tension and restore peace. In other words, long before humans invented flowers, love letters, or dating apps, our relatives were already using touch to create trust. Some scientists believe human kissing evolved from these social behaviors. But there is another theory. Human mothers have been feeding babies for hundreds of thousands of years. In many ancient societies, mothers would chew food and pass it directly into a baby's mouth before the child was old enough to eat solid food. This behavior, known as premastication, was common across the world. Some researchers think romantic kissing may have evolved from this nurturing behavior. What began as a way to feed and care for children eventually became associated with comfort, trust, and emotional connection. It's a strange idea. But if you've ever wondered why kissing feels intimate even without words, that might be part of the answer. By the time humans began creating civilizations, kissing was already showing up in written records. For a long time, historians believe the earliest evidence came from ancient India around 1500 BCE. Ancient Sanskrit texts describe people pressing their mouths together in ways that sound very familiar today. Because of these texts, many scholars assumed kissing originated in India and later spread across the world through trade and migration. It was a neat theory. The problem was that newer discoveries started poking holes in it. In recent years, researchers examining ancient Mesopotamian writings found references to kissing that were even older. Some clay tablets dating back roughly 4,500 years mention romantic kissing and intimate relationships. Suddenly, the idea that kissing began in one specific place became much harder to defend. Instead, many researchers now think kissing may have emerged independently in multiple societies. And that makes sense. After all, humans everywhere experience attraction, affection, and bonding. If different groups invented music, agriculture, and storytelling on their own, why couldn't they invent kissing too? But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Not every culture kisses. Today, kissing feels universal because it's everywhere in modern media. But anthropologists studying traditional societies discovered that many cultures throughout history either rarely kissed or didn't practice romantic kissing at all. In some communities, rubbing noses, touching foreheads, or other forms of affection were more common. That discovery shocked researchers. If kissing is completely natural, why wouldn't everyone do it? The answer may be that human behavior is shaped by both biology and culture. The desire for connection appears universal. The specific way people express that connection is not. One culture kisses, another hugs, another touches foreheads. The goal is often the same, even if the behavior looks different. But if kissing isn't universal, why does it feel so powerful in societies where it exists? The answer lies inside your brain. When two people kiss, an incredible amount of information is exchanged in just a few seconds. Your brain processes touch, temperature, scent, movement, and even subtle chemical signals. At the same time, neurotransmitters such as dopamine and oxytocin become active. Dopamine is associated with pleasure and reward. Oxytocin is often called the bonding hormone because it helps create feelings of trust and attachment. In other words, your brain is treating a kiss as something important, very important. Some researchers even believe kissing may help people unconsciously evaluate potential partners. Tiny cues hidden in scent and chemistry can provide information that our conscious minds never notice. You think you're simply enjoying to kiss. Meanwhile, your brain is running thousands of calculations in the background. And it's been doing that for a very long time. By the time ancient Greece and Rome appeared, kissing had become deeply woven into social life. Romans even had different categories of kisses for different situations. There were kisses between lovers, kisses between family members, and kisses used as greetings or signs of respect. In some cases, a kiss carried legal or political significance. It wasn't just romance anymore, it was part of society itself. From there, the practice spread across centuries, adapting to different cultures and traditions. Religions incorporated it into rituals, royal courts turned it into formal etiquette, poets wrote about it, artists painted it, and eventually it became one of the most recognizable expressions of human affection. So here's the full picture. Millions of years ago, our primate ancestors were already using physical affection to strengthen social bonds. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, human caregiving behaviors may have helped create the foundation for intimate mouth-to-mouth contact.